Hello class, my name is Michael Vick. I live in Port St. Lucie, Florida. I grew up in Virginia, lived there for 20 years. I graduated from East Carolina University in 2004 and moved to Jacksonville, Florida soon after to be with my family. I met my wife in Port St. Lucie, which is where I currently am. We have four beautiful girls, three of which I inherited through our marriage, and then my wife and I added another girl. So we have a house full of love and affection, as you might imagine. What really prompted me to get involved at the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting, first and foremost, I love sports. You know, it's something that I would gladly talk about all day if people would listen to me and do it for free. So to have an opportunity to learn from people like Dan Patrick, people like Gus Ramsey, and all these wonderful professors and instructors that we have that are doing this day in, day out for a living, or have done it, have accrued a career in it, I think is extremely valuable to each and every one of us. It's not like going to some other university and getting some degree, which is a piece of paper, and just becoming a number in a very competitive industry. I think Full Sail is a cut above the rest, and when I saw just how passionate Gus Ramsey was about this program and how Dan went on record as saying he really wanted this to be his legacy, I said, man, to be able to be the first group of students to come through where these guys are going to measure success on how well we do, and so they want to prepare us to the best of their ability. And certainly when it comes time to leveraging them as a network of people, to leverage them as contacts when it comes to getting out there and getting in this industry, certainly is going to be huge for us. These are guys that have been in the profession for 30 plus years, and so going out there and doing great work and giving it our best only makes sense, because at the end of the day, if we do that, these guys are going to be the ones going to bat for us, and that's not lost in translation to me. My wife and I are very busy. She runs the business on a day-to-day basis. I'm in real estate and obviously taking care of the little one at the same time. So having four kids, both of us working we have very busy lives. And so for me, this was kind of a fork in the road moment where I continue going down the road that I'm currently going down and wonder, what if, wonder about this dream of mine unpursued, or I can take a leap of faith and pursue it. And so I decided to take the road less traveled, and we're in a position where it allows me to do that. And I'm just so grateful and fortunate to be where I am, being a part of this program. The type of work that interests me post-graduation, honestly, as long as it's going to help me get better in this field, then I don't really care what it is, because I understand that this is extremely competitive and it's all about getting experience. And so whether it be behind the camera, lighting, or on the air, I'm gonna take it in stride and just try to become as good as I possibly can at it, because there's nothing better than getting experience. There's nothing more valuable than getting the experience that we're going to need to ultimately go further in this career. So whether it's a production assistant or whether it's being on-air talent, I'm going to treat each the same, because each aspect of the job is just as valuable as the next. There is no star of the show. Yes, I'd ultimately love to be the on-the-air talent, in front of the camera. That's where I feel most comfortable, and ultimately that's what I want to do. But everybody plays an equal role in making the production what it is. Everybody is as valuable as the next person. And so I want to learn their job and be able to learn every aspect of what goes into a production, so that if my number's called upon to do it, I can do it. Because I think at the end of the day, that's going to make me more valuable, and that's what we want to be. We want to be as valuable as we can be and be as versatile as we can be. Certainly this program is going to help me because of the technology that we have and the resources that we have at our fingertips, but also it goes back to who's involved in this program. And I think a lot of times it's not about necessarily what you know, but about who you know. But being able to combine the two in this instance is going to be priceless. And certainly I want to leverage the connections and leverage every single resource that's at my fingertips that comes with this Full Sail education. The one company that I'd love to work for upon graduating probably would be ESPN. I think just having grown up watching ESPN my entire life, SportsCenter, Baseball Tonight, NFL Primetime, watching all those guys, that's why I fell in love with wanting to be a sportscaster. Were guys like Dan Patrick and Keith Olbermann, and watching The Big Show, and it's just those guys brought it to life. They really transcended what it meant to be a sportscaster, and so I'd love to go work for ESPN. Work for the SEC network, work for the ACC network that launches in August of 2019, and Fox Sports is doing some great things. So, but when it comes down to it, it doesn't really matter to me where I work, but those are, certainly the short list of networks that I'd love to work for. I think what's going to be most important to me, though, is getting the experience and making my mistakes in the smaller markets. So, whatever company decides to hire me, I'm just going to give it my best, do great work, and we'll see where it goes from there.